This episode of Proudly Said highlights drug use, particularly around ketamine, so please be advised around a trigger warning to anybody who's on a similar journey to those who speak in this episode. Let's get into it. What's that?
Oh, it's my vent, I hate it. Honestly, all night I sit there going, fuck's that? Comes out, start flapping it and everything. It's the one in the kitchen now. And when there's like a storm, it's like...
It won't have got picked up on the mic, but what an introduction, eh?
Sounds like a fart. A queefed. A little queef.
So I don't really know how to introduce you because you've gone by several names and acronyms and everything over the time. You know, Steven, Tanya, Weavin Steven. Good few things going on. The fabulous
Steve Brows.
Steve Brows?
Steve Brows. It was that for a while. I only picked a few of them myself.
Something just happened. We are with the fabulous Steven. Are you happy with full name?
Yeah, Steven's fine.
We are with the fabulous Steven
Hume.
Everyone
gets it wrong because there's an L.
So there's an L.
It's like Hume. Like I'm fuming that people say it's got an L in it when it hasn't.
I'll remember that for now.
It's Stephen Hume.
Stephen Fuming Human.
Exactly. I'm always fuming about something or someone.
I have to say, I'm in lovely Litherland.
Bootle adjacent, I like to say. People go, you only live in Bootle. Like, it's Litherland. Litherland's not that much better than my estate's nice.
It is?
I drive a Range Rover. Of course it's nice.
But no, thank you for letting me come into your home so we can finally have this little chat.
Finally.
It's been a long time coming.
Long time.
And I just gotta say, it's beautiful. I like this. I like this aesthetic.
It'll do. I did the best I could with a Temu budget.
For the Temu budget, it's looking classy.
That's not too bad, but thank you.
How are you?
Good. Really, really good. Today, it's the 3rd. No, it's not.
No, it's not. Still January, babe.
It's January the what? 26th.
20 something.
20 something, but I'm 3 weeks. I'm not 3 weeks. I'm 3 months. I'm lying. Oh, I don't know. Pick a date and I'll just say that. No, I went on the 3rd of November. That's why I got the three wrong. Well, this is the inner workings of what I say. So I went on the 3rd of November to detox and rehab. And then I come out on I was meant to come the 15th. So then that was 6 weeks. But then I come home a week early because I did so well.
Oh, well done.
I know usually they say when you're...
like good behaviour.
No. Well, I was very poorly behaved. You go and ask Cheryl.
That doesn't surprise me.
Cheryl from a ferry had an absolute nightmare with me. I expected special preferential treatment and I ended up with... Well, we won't go there because I still have to work with the woman, but... I did 3. I went on. I didn't do that. I'm saying it again.
3 weeks.
So I did. I'm 3 months today. Is what I'm going to say.
3 months sober.
That's all you've got to know for now. The rest will come out in the papers or in the wash or whatever they say. Please wait for the news bulletin because it'll take me a while to write because I can't remember it. And that's because I did a decade of ketamine.
Yeah.
Hence the rehab. But yeah, full story, full circle. There we go.
3 months sober. That's amazing.
3 months sober. Thank you.
So okay. You hit the bang on the head, but let's take it back a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you were one of them who was on the scene quite relatively early, shall we say, probably when you shouldn't have been.
I was 14.
Yeah.
I've been on the scene for 22 years. That feels weird.
Yeah. It's like that. It's literally someone who's out now, just getting out onto the scene is that age. That makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Oh God, yeah. That's not a nice thought, John. Don't do that again. But yeah, it is like... I feel like you do feel old when you go out now. You go into booze and you can see you and your cliques, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like we were a nicer generation.
I feel
we
like,
all knew each other.
Yeah, I feel like I've thought this a lot. Like I compare it with the drag queens. I felt like there was more of a community in my vibes. But you saw like a little bit of you're right. Everyone knew each other. There's like a little bit of a hierarchy. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't know. I was always at the top.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? It was like not in like a.
I mean, look down when I get my dick sucked. It's the only reason why I look down.
But like when you first start going out, like, ooh, there's those people. Everyone knows them. Do you know what I mean? Like now, I feel like that's not the case. It's just everyone does their own thing, which is good.
Well, I think it's like a social sort of thing. There's always got to be some sort of hierarchy in life. There's a food chain. There's a wealth hierarchy and stuff like that. And I feel like when you see things like that and understand that that's sort of a way of life. It doesn't have to be everyone's way of life, but for the majority, that is the way of life. You work from the bottom up I was when I was 14, so I had the money to go out. I was working in Tony and Guy, doing sweeping floors, and
that.
I was, instead of going to school. I knew at 14 I wasn't going to be. I didn't want to work for someone. I wanted to work for myself. You know, I had to while I was training work and do hairdressing as being an apprentice. But you know, I was scrubbing toilets then, making cups of bag coffee. Is that a good coffee?
It's a good coffee.
Well, there you go. I've still got
It's
it.
a big one, so I've got to drink it.
You don't have to drink it. You can leave it, love. We don't mind waste. I live in Liverpool, not Bootle. So yeah, we're not poor here. Because I climbed the wealth chain. I'm only joking.
Every hierarchy, yeah.
I am a walking hierarchy. Sometimes I feel like the thing is with me, and what gets misunderstood, I think, is how I am, because I can be quite upfront
Yeah.
and quite blunt, and sometimes if I don't have the time or don't want to give something my energy, I won't.
Yeah.
People take that as being a bit snotty, and I'm not, because you know me.
Yeah.
Personally, and you know I'm not. I'm always a hug. It's always always how you do, and I'm very thingy like that. But I think at the same time, the hardness comes from starting business so young. So I did start business young, so I knew, again,
You take no shit.
take no shit. You can't take shit in life. Don't take no shit. I was bullied. Well, I say that in school, bullied.
Yeah.
You know, normal gay lad thingy, but you know, never battered. I was too big. I was fat. I was huge. I think it gets misunderstood. But I want to sit at the best table and eat at the best table, but I want everyone to eat there with me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sharing the wealth.
I'd rather share the wealth. So if I can give somebody a tip about something, to go into something, or talk to somebody about business, or give them an idea, or expand on their idea, I've always done that.
Yeah.
I've got friends who regularly lean on me for advice and stuff like that. Just as I do them. I'm not saying I'm like the top of the chain or anything. I've got so much further to go, and I'm going to go a lot further because I'm not twatted off cash.
Yeah, always helps with the brain.
Well, yeah, but then again, I always think, look at everything I did while I was a user. Imagine
What
what
can
I'm
you do
going
while
to do
you're not?
without.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I've got to do right now is go for a wee.
So we'll have a pause.
So we're going to have a pause, because this is the life that you lead when you overuse ketamine, or use it at all, because it gets you to everywhere. I'm having a wee.
And we're back. I suppose that's just worth highlighting, that is, like, we will get into the full conversation about that, but just for reference, like that's what happens when you do ketamine for a long period of time.
Honestly, you don't understand. Like, the problem with ketamine. Are we getting into it now or later?
We'll get into it later, but
Okay.
just to make the point of, like, I've just had to cut. We just had to cut for
Those
those.
interrupt your daily life. So stop doing cat.
So like, take me back to like going out on the scene that young, just to kind of put in a bit of context, like of where we're going. So like, you know,
So yeah. So oh god, I was on the scene since I was about 14.
Yeah.
I'm 36 now. Well, I was always out and about on the scene anyway, most of the time, but it was only when I turned like 16, 17 to go out probably most weekends and stuff.
Yeah.
And at that time, in fact, for about a year, I went out from 16 to about 17, probably 5 nights a week.
and that was from the Tony and Guy money.
Yeah, that was my mum's money that we still like to live off sometimes. I was about 17 and then I met Viv. So obviously Viv was a huge part of my life. So I got in onto the scene. It was when she started to come. We worked together in New ID backstage in Debenhams, and she was getting the train and the bus from Colwyn Bay, and she was getting up like 4 a.m. and stuff. And when we first met, it was like, it was a bit catty at first, like, you're young guy. I was only 17, she was 16, she'd only just turned 16, so it was the 28th of May, 2006.
Well, you know the exact date.
The exact date, I think, I'm sure it's the 28th of May. Yeah, it wasn't March, April, she was born April, May. Yeah, it was May, so she'd only been 16 for a month at this point. After we realised that we actually liked each other and we could be friends, because we were literally a dynamic duo that sold. We were like top sellers in this company. She did makeup, I did hair. And we just became like the best of friends. I, at the time, had a house in Toxteth, of all places, that my mum had bought as an investment. So I was living there. I was like, Mum, I hate being at home. I'm going to leave.
I want my own place.
Give me the house. She's like, go on. Vicky's not living in it now anyway. She moved back home to have a baby. Anyway, long story short, I had this house. I said, girl, why are you getting the train all the time from Colwyn Bay? Like, come and live with me.
See, I didn't realise that at first, that like when people say like moved to Liverpool and got a job, no, she got the job and didn't have anywhere to live to begin with.
No, she was home. Well, she wasn't home. She had a home in Colwyn Bay, but she didn't have a home in Liverpool.
Right.
She did have once
You
we
got your
realised
place,
that
yeah.
we could
Get on.
get on, make money together, and basically liked each other's company. So this company was like a hair company. I can't remember the name of it, but there was always these two names at the top of the leaderboard, and everyone else had like changed around because the two tops would always sell like 10 grand's worth of this crap a month.
Wow.
And then when May rolled on, it was, oh my God, who's this James and who's Stephen? Who were they? They knew. We've never seen these names, and we would second from the top all the time. And we'd always be alternate between the two. So either I'd be above or she'd be either I was the top or she was the bottom. But yeah, so we were like the top sellers. So I was like, come and live with me. Like,
why not?
So she did for a couple of months, and then the inevitable happens, and we fell out.
Whilst living together.
Oh, I flung her stuff into the street like it was no one's business. I was like, take your Louis Vuitton case, take your fucking Mac, take your fucking face and fuck off. Because she come back from G-Bar and I was fuming because I couldn't go because I was working. The next day we had a big blow up in
like 7 a.m.
Oh God, yeah. Like in the middle of the street, she's dressed like God knows what. But this was before like the Jeffree Star.
I was going to say, was this Jeffree Star era?
This was just before, and this is where she then obviously had to. She obviously did have friends and stuff because she was moving and shaking on the Liverpool scene. But yeah, she so she met Barbie and met Tammy and everyone. God rest her soul, even though I hated her. I don't know. My mum used to be a head teacher, but we won't go into that. No, many rest. R.I.P. Tammy, love you, girl. I mean, I loved Viv for everything she was. Like, she'd walk down Lodge Lane, 10 foot in front of me, because I wasn't taking responsibility for that, getting kicked in. Walk down Lodge Lane, of all places, they're probably one of the most homophobic places in Liverpool, with a blanket on her. A blanket with a belt around it, and this Vivienne Westwood bag that she spent all her money on. I put that bit in my speech on St. George's Hall because it was literally, we had that girl here. I mean, I wasn't charging the rent. Should have. She still owes me.
With all that money that he was making at the top of the leaderboard.
I know, but there was the reason why I had a house and I was paying the bills. Always my mum probably was. That was a lie because I was going out as well. But I was pretending to be responsible at the time. But she went literally, and Danny Matthews took her when we got literally the first paycheck, and she just blew it all on this bag, and it was just like, wow. Gail, what are you eating? She's like, can I have a crisp? I was like, so I'm going to pay? Yeah. Is my bag nice? I was like,
is my bag nice?
It's gorgeous. Yeah, but there better be some food in it or money. She's like, no. I was like, and you're expecting to say yes still? She went, yeah. I was like, okay. Oh, right, okay. She's like, I've got The Simple Life on DVD. I was like, okay, you can stay.
I got The Simple Life on DVD.
Literally, that's all we watch. You get out back from G-Bar, we'd be like that. And we'd put The Simple Life on and not sleep for another day. So we have to go to work. But yeah, so I knew Viv a long time.
Yeah.
We were literally every single day in each other's lives. I used to drive her up and down the country. And she'd be like, I'll pay you. I'll go, oh,
will
right,
ya?
Yeah, there's 50 quid. I go, yeah, the petrol 60. She goes, there's 50 quid. I was like, oh, girl, what are you doing? But yeah, so we won't tell all the secrets. It came round and it came full circle in the end for her because she had more money than sense. In the end,
yeah.
Because somebody worked so hard, and the reason why we got on so well and probably worked so close is because
the work ethic. We
had the same work ethic. You grind, you work hard, you start at your bottom, you work on your craft, and you become, the best in the field, in your field. I did well with Weavin Steven. I know. I was one of the best in Liverpool, and there's still many more. Do you know what I mean? But I was at the top of the game, top of the hierarchy.
Hierarchy
can be shared. That's the problem. That's what, like saying before, if you've got a hierarchy, it doesn't mean there's one at the top and it gets less. The hierarchy can be a square.
Yeah, of course.
And it can expand, just do better.
So you started off doing hair, how did that blend into the aesthetics? Because it seems like you're very much the aesthetics guy now more than anything else.
That's because I've pumped off the bloody
That's what I mean.
Full of Botox and filler. Everyone thinks I'm like Nurse Eve. Barbie calls me Nurse Eve. She goes, Nurse Eve! The Botox. I'm like, I'm professional. I use quality products and good prices. You get what you pay for. If you go somewhere else for 80 quid, you get fuck all.
You get cement.
You're getting everything. And at the tap, I'm good price. I'm good price, but it's price for the product. So little plug. To be honest, I've been hairdressing. I've had this business for about 12 years. Loved all my clients. It was just getting stagnant. Also, you know, the cost of living went up. I never changed my hair prices, not once in the whole entire time that I was doing hair. And I was looking for a better life. And you know, I had done microblading. I'd done a couple of courses towards the end of my hairdressing career. And done microblading, absolutely hated cutting people's flesh and sticking ink in it because it was just not for me. Felt like I can't. It's weird, as I say, I hate needles and I don't do blood.
And you're covered in tattoos.
But I was like, the industry didn't have the boom just yet. It was just before. So I think that's probably helped me become like sort of like a bit of a staple in people's aesthetic journeys. And also, I was just looking for something new and something exciting and a change, really a big change. I wanted to really sink my teeth into studying.
That's the point, yeah, because you didn't just do it, you then trained people to do it as well.
Well, yeah, education's always been in my blood. My mother was a head teacher. She's was an Ofsted officer. She's retired now. She's an independent educator. So I've always my joke is I've always grew up in school.
Yeah.
I was always been tested, always been expected to do well. Did I fuck in my GCSEs? Because I used to go out
all the
time. So I think I turned up for my English because I'm off my cake. Just had to Gary before I went in. So I'm not advocating for drug use at all. That's not a good idea. But I think that's the only one to dwell in, to be fair. So yeah, there's that.
So you decided, okay, let's see how far we can go with this.
Let's see how well I will do with this. It seems something I can monetize on, something I can expand with, something I can expand on. Sorry, something that is rewarded, still helping people and stuff. But I needed something more than just curly blowing and putting foils in people's hair.
It's grand, yeah.
The hair sector I'm a bit jealous of it, to be honest. The hair sector has moved on so much since then. But back, 10 years ago, you were just doing root colours and balayage was doing it, just started to come out and you learned the techniques and stuff. But I'm Francis, speak French now, sweetie. Darling, sweetie.
Okay, here it comes. There's the alpha references.
Sweetie. Shopping carrots, darling. That's all I ever used to sing. They used to just quote them all the time.
Yeah, I'm very aware.
Right, darling, you work in the shop.
So was you doing just now to get into that serious thing? I'm just conscious of like time. You were doing all that whilst nestling a drug addiction.
Yeah, like the thing with ketamine is addiction doesn't discriminate at all, and really even more so ketamine because it's so short lived. The buzz is so short lived. You can have a dose, whether that's a little key, a bump, or a line. That would depend on your tolerance, how it would affect you. But within half an hour, depending on your tolerance, you'd be back in the room with everyone.
Right.
Nobody would know. This is why we're seeing such a massive influx of children, because they can go and they could throw the money in for a bag of ketamine a day at school. They've got a break 2 hours in, another lunch break and another break, and they're going in and out of kettles in and around their lessons, still maybe studying as well, because but then the teachers are noticing, but sometimes they don't know what to look out for. There's a lot of misinformation about ketamine. Years ago, I only ever heard a rumour that somebody had a colostomy bag or a wee bag.
Yeah, I feel like when we were going out, like that wasn't. I mean, I was the good boy of the group, but you never had that. Like it was always because is ketamine and MCAT the same thing?
No, they're completely different. Yeah.
Okay.
And it all starts out with rumours of, MCAT's a plant fertiliser, so it's safe. And it was being sold in Dr. Hayman's on Bold Street. Maybe rest in peace.
And of course, ketamine's a horse tranquilizer.
But it is a horse tranquilizer, but it can be used as a horse, but it can be used anyway. It's used in ambulances. It's used in modern medicine, because it's a really good painkiller. So in small doses, it's really good. It does come in tablet form, for different ailments that people have, disability wise, or
but used correctly.
So used correctly and managed, then it's not as aggressive on the body. It's usually what it's been mixed with and being abused with on the streets that turns it into the thing that causes mass destruction within the body, and it works by destroying your nerve endings, and on such a cellular level that your soft tissue becomes completely damaged. Even right now, I'm having to do a couple of Kegels because I'm aware that I'm going to need to go to the toilet again soon.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. There's a study that shows that it actually affects the body 2 years before you even start showing symptoms. It started the damage then.
That's what I was going to ask, because obviously you're taking it as a party drug to like have a high when you're out and about, which then leads to actually I want the high to continue, which was obviously Viv's story. When did you start realizing like, oh, this is actually having an impact that I didn't realize was happening?
Ultimately, when it gets too bad, that's when you realize, like, financially, I was okay to afford it. I didn't do it at work or while I was working. It was always after work. But it was more so, it crept in because I was starting to get pains. And obviously that's pains from the damage that's been started. And there's not a lot out there other than opioids that can sort of manage the pain. I'm on a lot of painkillers. I can show you the cupboard, all for multiple things that are going on inside my body. And ultimately, you can end up with organ failure. It doesn't discriminate what lifestyle you lead, where you're from, what your colour, creed is, anything, doesn't matter. And ultimately, it results in death, which is what we've seen, obviously, with Vivienne. And we also lost our other friend, Natalie Jocha, if you ever remember her. Big personality, larger than life, and she was such a lovely person. But I think no matter what your style of living's like, it will get you if you do too much. Simple as. And that's not saying, okay, do a bit less. That's saying just stop, because eventually you will end up with problems down the line if you take ketamine recreationally. We're seeing people that are just banging an ounce on the weekend, and that's fine, but that's what you would have done over a week anyway, so you're still having the same amount, just in less time. But a problem, because it causes such soft tissue damage, you end up having to self-medicate using it. So although for the last 2 years I had weaned myself right down, I still couldn't get into the doctors quick enough to get, obviously not going to go into politics of all that.
No, of course not.
Absolutely not. But it is hard when you know you want to stop. And you can't, because you are in pain because of what you've taken. It's such a massive catch-22. But
yeah, because obviously, imagine if the only thing that can kind of deal with it is opioids, then there's also the risk of
being addicted to that.
Yeah, exactly.
And the problem is, I will just say with the doctors, and if anybody's watching this and relates to the ketamine addiction, it is the GPs are so far behind on what they need to do, because we've only really just come up with a census through the urologists to how to deal with ketamine induced cystitis, I think
right,
it's the official term now. It's only just been named, like with that so far behind. My urologist has literally told me this is what the AIDS pandemic felt like. They didn't know what is happening faster. It was happening at such a rapid rate that they couldn't keep up with it. That's why it's taken 30, 40 years to even find a cure.
That's mad, because like as you were saying before, like when we were going out, people were on it and you didn't realise what it was doing.
You'd heard the rumours, but you didn't know anyone. Oh, it's not going to happen to me. It will happen to all of us.
But then over the last 12 to 18 months, it's like a pandemic, especially in the young people. So it's like this really weird, bizarre way of saying it. It's like it's a positive that they're finally catching up. In a way, do you know what I mean?
Well, so this is why they need people at the minute to be as honest as they can about their addictions, because and how much they're using and how frequently they use it, so they can collect proper data. I'm very open and honest about my thing. I'll tell you every single little last detail. Whether you've asked for it or not, you're going to hear it if you ask me the question. Education, because literally we've got to save the children, because there's an entire generation that aren't even going to be able to reproduce. Because it does such damaging things to downstairs. The body, and even more so in women, which is absolutely crazy. We tend to lose the girls that use it faster than the males. Tissue's not as soft.
Right, okay.
Also, I'm told, I don't want to get into the anatomy and physiology lesson.
But that's what the stats tell us.
That's what the stats are telling us. And yeah, it's as prevalent as the AIDS pandemic back then.
Wow.
I'm classed as a pilot patient because I'm so, like, honest and open, and obviously now recovered from it. They can see what it's like to actually, not just somebody going in and saying they're clean. I have accountability strips, I call them, with my mum. I go, do you want me to do an accountability strip? Which is our little thing between ourselves. She can ask, this is a great way of keeping me accountable, and then her knowing I'm still sober, not using ketamine or other drugs in that sense. I've stopped. I'm completely teetotal. He says with the drinks cabinet.
It's aesthetic.
It's aesthetic, and it's all gone nearly. But I had a good party for my birthday because it was my last one on anything.
So okay, what? I know what. what said was your little like light bulb moment to go? I need to sort this out.
So, well, obviously, the problem is I had the light bulb moment a short while before Vivienne passed away. And the problem is I was already weaning down because I was seeing such problems within myself. I was already under urology. I was already having problems with my bowels. I was trying to get to the bowel clinic. They were trying to do pelvic floor with me. I was here, there, and everywhere, all the way trying to work. I think working for myself probably
exasperated it.
Yeah, because I could do it around it with, I finished work at 2:00. That's my go time. Stuff like that.
All right for some.
I know, sorry. So I was already starting to become a little bit more sober than usual. I was using less exercise because I had lots of problems going on with my body. That'll be another video on another account, I'm sure. But the issues was when I got the call, it was before all the press and everyone had heard it, and Bobby had phoned me and I excited, like my world crumbled. It was, I was meant to go to see it on the weekend and didn't, and I regretted that. So I felt really bad about that. I'd spoken to her on the Thursday. I know how everything what happened and how it happened and stuff and that. But I can't call it really quite a relapse because I was still using around it. But I started using it a lot heavier then.
Yeah.
Things got a lot worse. Before the last scan I had on my bladder before Vivienne died was 50 mil, and then obviously I took so much ketamine just to mask everything. You wouldn't know because I was present.
Yeah.
I was at the funeral. I was at work. Eventually. Back in work, I crawled out of the bed. I had a massive depression because I do suffer with mental health. It's a lot better now without drugs. So anybody that is suffering with mental health and are taking drugs at the same time, I probably will go as far as saying I guarantee that
makes it worse.
That makes it worse.
Yeah.
But losing Viv was just the catalyst around using heavier. So things got a lot worse, and then Chanel's sister set up the House of the Vivienne.
Yep.
And which is down in Colwyn Bay. Tuesdays 5 till 7 at High Effie's in Abergele. It's not even Abergele, it's on Abergele Road in Colwyn Bay. It's very confusing because I thought the whole time that I was in rehab, I was in Abergele and I wasn't. And it's only the next town along, but honestly, I swear to God, I'm in Abergele. I went over a big hill in Abergele. Whose boots are these shoes? Whose jacket's that coat? And there was a Geordie there. I was a Harry Pass. How you?
God,
5 problems.
Bring
one
it back,
solution.
bring it back, fucking hell.
What was I saying?
So you started up the House of... So Chanel got in touch with you about the House of
Chanel
Vivienne?
got in touch with the House of Vivienne and said she wanted to do this thingy's name and it was all going ahead and blah, blah, blah. And she wanted me to come. And I think the idea was if we could have helped me, who was, obviously Viv's best mate, or one of Viv's best friends, sorry. One of Viv's best friends. It'd be sort of a nice sort of thing that I was the first that was the, not that anybody didn't get in because of that, but they were like, you're going.
Yeah, it was
Lee,
told.
Cass, and thing was sit down like, you're going.
You're going and you're
going.
getting
Here's
sorted.
Cheryl from a ferry ad. You're going. And I was like, oh, she's lovely. I mean, she went dead. Thanks.
To those listening, Stephen is pulling multiple faces at the camera.
It's a podcast. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, coming in your ears live from Litherland.
We're only 40 minutes in, you've just realised.
Yeah, well, what's your phone doing there?
It's recording it, so it's a video podcast.
So it's a video podcast, then I wasn't wrong.
So I said for those listening, fucking hell, Stephen.
Don't you know what my little thing was when you go back to a party after town and everyone was going a bit weird?
Yeah.
I go, you like...
What tangents is this?
I go like, for the benefit of the tape, so-and-so's just done X, Y, Z, and everyone start going, is the cameras? What? And you go, is the cameras? Is the cameras? Is the cameras? I go, no, why? What have you just done? Nothing. For the benefit of the tape,
You're a little wind up.
For the benefit of the tape, John's confused.
You're a little shit.
I know. Criminal minds, see?
Literally. So, okay, so yeah, you were forced to go because you had to be patient 0.
Basically, yeah. But I did go because the thing with rehab, I wasn't forced. I was gently nudged to go through to Parkland Place. But I had to do a 2-week detox in Wrexham and then get transferred over to Parkland Place. But it really, to give up an addiction that you've had for 12 years,
difficult.
That's surrounded by 2 friends dying, the guilt around, not should this even be me? It should be somebody else. I feel all those emotions, and that did save me life. Best thing I've ever done. I'm now going to be turning it into helping. I'm paying it forward. You've got to pay it forward.
Yeah, good karma.
Yeah, definitely good karma. So watch out for me, little.
Basically, just keep an eye on Steven's socials.
Keep an eye on my socials for some drops. That's all I'm saying.
Drops.
Well, breadcrumbs. But what else was the? What was the question? Listen, ketamine for 12 years causes early onset Alzheimer's. It's probably been proven. And my nan used to live with me with Alzheimer's, and she wanted this house, and yeah, it's probably rubbed off.
So you got into the House of the Vivienne and was basically, whilst being supported, you were also supporting. So I suppose that's one of the big ethos around House of the Vivienne, support networks.
Connection's the opposite of addiction. And this is where people fail when they come out. The time away from it and the time to look into my health has given me enough clarity on what's going on to enable me to be able to focus on other things.
Yeah.
Like paying it forward. So that's why I'm usually down at the House of Viv on every Tuesday. Because the House of Vivienne all the time is a bloody mouthful.
House of
the House of the Vivienne is a bloody mouthful.
And people forget that there's sometimes House of Viv.
Yeah, it's House of Viv. I think it's just become its little acronym. Is that an acronym?
House of Viv, well, it's the shortened version in it.
So an acronym? No, an acronym's letters. I lived with a teacher.
HOTV.
Hot.
So I'm just mindful of time because we could talk ages, and I think we should talk ages because it's really important, like some of the context, but also I think you've touched on so much, like light and dark, and also the light towards the end.
Yeah.
So suppose if people wanted to find out more like about yourself or House of the Viv, or there you go, where could they go and find them online?
So House of the Vivienne is on Instagram.
Search House of the Vivienne, you'll find it.
Hang on a minute. It's House of the Vivienne on Instagram, just all one word, no underscores. Website's coming soon. I know that.
Okay.
But just reach out. If you feel like you need to, just reach out. That's what it's there for. It's there for support. We've created a nice little community down in Colwyn Bay, and we're ready to make it, create the same back where Vivienne really grew up and stuff in the later years and stuff. And because I think there's a lot of people who need it. Yeah. Up here and across the the UK, this has got the chance.
Well, it has been proven. I think Liverpool is the hotspot.
Yeah,
it has been reported that Liverpool is one of, if not the worst for ketamine. So it's definitely needed.
Yeah, There's other support groups out there. Lifeboat. There's another one. Oh, for the life of me, I can't remember its name, but I'll message you.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description.
Put anywhere that I think any useful stuff will be, maybe in the description. But if you or reach out to me if you don't feel comfortable reaching out to Chanel and the team on our Instagram. You can always reach out to me at Weavin Steven _aesthetics.
So is it Weavin WEAVIN?
WEAVINSTEVEN_AESTHETICS. Aesthetics, that's how I've got to spell it. Otherwise, I put above.
But on that note, thank you so much for being so honest. Both in your history of you on the scene at 14 of
and now, where did the episode go? Do we need another one?
We might need a part 2.
And this
is going to be like nearly an hour. But
have I done the best out of everyone?
You spoke for ages. Well done. It's going to make me more.
Everyone else is shit.
I've just got to edit more. Thanks for that.
You're welcome, Rob.
But no, thank you very much. I do really appreciate it.
More than welcome.
And yeah, I hope
thanks for letting me do it.
Thanks for hope some light comes from it, and then best of luck to the groups. You've been listening to Proudly Said. Now, if it meant something to you, why not pass it on? If it didn't, maybe it will one day. Either way, stay kind, stay loud, and stay proud.